welcome to my YouTube channel. Kindly subscribe to my channel, drop your like and comment. Please help us to grow. You have to know which subjects will you start with. For instance, on your school's examination timetable, there is mathematics starting first, there is physical science, the following after 2 days maybe there is history or biology or etc. Yes, first of all you have to draft your own personal timetable. You draw your own personal timetable that you are going to manage it. And then how will you manage your personal timetable and your examination timetable? You have to come with an idea of balancing the two timetables. The one you are going to start first is also the one you are going to start revising. It's always also advisable to start your revision 3 months before the month of examination. It's very important to read on a time, to take time to read your books and understand. Because if you start at the end, it might be a very tough time for you. You might end up rushing, reading, you won't understand anything. Revising your books while you do not understand anything. So it's also advisable for you to start before 3 months before the examination month. And when you are already revising now, you're managing your books or managing your timetable, the two timetable, your personal timetable and your examination timetable. This is what you should do. Never ever should you revise or start your books a day before exams. A day that tomorrow you are going to write to sit for the examination. Never hold a book on that day. That day is a day for you to refresh your mind, your brain. Yeah, you have to refresh your brain. Whatever you have reading, everything that you have been reading throughout these months or since you started, you are going to refresh them. Your mind has to be very calm to prepare for a new day that you are going to sit for your examination. And that helps you so that you will not panic when you are in the examination room. Now, as we said in this video, we are going to know how can one revise 2 or 3 subjects at the same day and end up understanding everything that you have decided to read on that day. What can one do? What can one do in order for you to come up with a good understanding of what you have just revised just in one day? The following day, you will also understand. And at the end of the day, you will understand everything that you have revised. What can you do? What can one do? This is what to do. If I'm about to write mathematics first, for instance, in the physical science on the second day of the examination, we have mathematics, maybe paper 1, paper 2. I don't know how many papers we are going to write for mathematics. For example, maybe 2 papers. Okay, let's do this. On my 2 papers that I'm having to, maybe paper 2 or paper 1 and paper 1 or paper 3. Let me just say maybe 2 papers. You just have to know that you do not waste a lot of time in one subject. Remember, I told you at the beginning of the video that it's good to start revising early than the month of examination. You are preparing for your final exams. You have to start earlier than that month you are going to write. You are going to sit for your exams. You are starting with mathematics. Day 1 of me revising mathematics, what you should do is this. For myself, I'm going to start like this. On my personal timetable, or on your personal timetable, you should draw your personal timetable whereby you manage the time of each subject. in a day. You can read 2 or 3 subjects in a day and end up understanding everything that you have studied. This is what you can do. Just draft 40 minutes on your personal timetable. 40 minutes for your personal timetable for each subject on that day. Let me say Friday. You have Friday. After school, you knock off 3, or you knock off 1, or you knock off around 4. I don't know where you are. Yeah, that depends to where you are. Okay. One thing you have to do, on that 40 minutes, you arrive home. If you knock, let me say you knock off around 3, you reach home maybe 4. It's already past 4. Okay, do not do anything. If there's food, eat your food, take shower, do some exercise. If you do not do exercises, you can even, if you are a girl, you can play netball or volleyball. If you are a guy, you can even do the exercise or play soccer. Just do anything that you are going to release sweat from your body. When you are going to release that sweat, you see sweat, you come back to shower, you bath again, you go and sit, revise for your subject. You revise. Let me say you are doing mathematics that day. You are going to revise mathematics for 40 good minutes. And then after these 40 minutes, you have 10 minutes to do the practicals. You know, in mathematics, we do not read like these other subjects. But in mathematics, we do practicing. So, yeah, we practice so that you see what is the result of what you have been doing. Do not read like you are going to read like these other subjects, let's say physical science or biology, history, development studies, or geography or English. Or no, in mathematics you use your hands, your brain, your calculator, whatever you have in front of you, you do practical. After that, rest. After that 40 minutes, you add 10 minutes for practical. So to check what the questions maybe you were answering are correct or not. In that 10 minutes, you check. After that 10 minutes, you give yourself a break. You give yourself a break of 30 minutes. You give yourself a break of 30 minutes. After that 30-minute break time, go for your second subject. Do not read the same subject again. Let me say I have what's this? Physical science. Yeah, I have physical science on that day. And mathematics, I have already done with mathematics. Now it's time for physical science. What will I do in physical science? I will also have to turn to make the schedule very nice. Manage the time. Do not waste the time. Do not take long. The reason why of choosing a 40 minutes and a 10 minutes interval is for you not to overstudy or overread, because you will not understand anything. If you're going to overread, you'll end up forgetting what you have started reading first. That's why you do not have to spend 1 hour or 2 hours going up. You are lying to yourself like that. You are not going to understand what you are studying. It's good for you to start the 40 minutes. Now let's go. It's physical science. Okay? In physical science, we know there is also some calculations there. Yeah, there's also some calculations. There's also some calculations there whereby you do practicals, but there's also maybe 60% or 80% just reading. Okay, let's do this. You are now with your physical science book, summary book, and your exercise book, whereby there's also those topic tasks. You go chapter. In that chapter that you see you do not understand, you choose the chapter that you do not understand. From that chapter, you select which topic in this chapter that I do not understand. You go through uh, that topic. You read whenever you see. You can even set an alarm for 40 minutes. When you see that it's almost the time, leave that book and check what is the time now. If it's already past 8 p.m., for instance, it's 8 p.m. already, okay, a learner or a student should not sleep early and should not sleep late. Yeah, that's what you should know. A learner or a student should not sleep early and should not sleep late. You are already done with your 40 minutes. Doesn't matter how many lines did you manage to read and understand. Those are the lines that will help you. Do not say, in these 40 minutes I only managed to read one topic. Yes, there's nothing wrong with that. Focus on that topic that you have read. Make sure, read and understand. Do not read and memorize. Because when you memorize things, you are going to mix things when you are already in the examination classroom. So do not waste a lot of time, because your mind or your brain will become tired. It will not able to store these other information that we are going to use or to read. It will just come and go, will enter and go out. If you read more than 2 hours, you are just wasting your time. It's always advisable for a learner or a student to read only for 40 minutes. You see now, maybe you have already done your subject, your physical science maybe, or your subject in 40 minutes, your second subject. Now you have time to rest a bit. Just have an interval for 20 minutes, add in 20 minutes again. If you are a girl, find something to do. You can be in your phone. Just do something. Do something. If you are a guy, you can also do something. Just in that 20 minutes, do something that will keep you busy a bit. From there, go and take shower. When you take the shower, your body will cool down. When your body cools down, your brain also cools down. It is ready to receive another information and store inside. That's why it's very advisable to make exercise if you are a guy or a boy. Whenever you are sweating, and you take a shower, it's also going to help your brain to be refreshed, to be prepared and calm down for the new information that you are going to put in it. That's the reason why it will not be out of your brain or out of your mind. It will be stuck. It will be there permanently. Even after writing exams, you can still recall what you were studying. Even after a long time, you still know what you learned. Not saying maybe you were reading 2-3 hours. Just reading because you are stressed of saying tomorrow or this next week we are starting with exams. Now I should read. You don't sleep at night. The whole night you're just on your books. The whole day you're just revising. You don't even want to go out to go play with your friends. You don't want to do, maybe you used to do soccer, play soccer or netball or volleyball, whatever exercise you used to do or sports that you used to do. You stopped because of exams. No, exams cannot stop you from anything. It's only you to manage your examination personal timetable and your examination timetable. It's also you to balance the time that you are going to spend in each of the subjects.